Assalamualaikum viewers, this is Upama Shah with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. Bangladesh and East Timor have signed an agreement on visa exemption for diplomatic and official passport holders. The two nations also inked a memorandum of understanding on establishment of bilateral consultation mechanism. The two instruments were signed in presence of East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at the Chief Advisor's office today. Foreign Advisor Muhammad Tauhid Hussein and East Timor's Foreign Minister Bendito dos Santos Freitas inked the Memorandum of Understanding on establishment of bilateral consultation mechanism. On the other hand, Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Jahangir Alam Chowdhury and East Timor's Foreign Minister signed the agreement on visa exemption for diplomatic and official passport holders of the two countries. Later, East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus spoke at a joint press conference. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus vowed that the relationship between Bangladesh and Timor-Leste will continue to grow and expand. The Chief Advisor said they discussed how Rohingyas could be repatriated to Myanmar, seeking the support of Timor-Leste in all international forums to this end.
Our relationship on trade, on investments continue and expand. And His Excellency has invited all our investors in Bangladesh to come and invest in East Timor. And we'll be very happy to encourage to build the relationship which started with the birth of East Timor, continue to be bigger with the support from His Excellency's office and the people of East Timor. We are very close friends, both countries. Particularly East Timor can be very helpful for us to play a role, mediating role between Myanmar and Bangladesh to repatriate all the Rohingyas from Bangladesh back to Myanmar. So I hope we are looking forward to take advantage of that skill together with the friendship that he has for all countries, Myanmar and Bangladesh and his own, to make a peaceful solution to the problem in the Rohingya things. So our relationship grows stronger as we visit each other and see the opportunities for each other in both countries, and continue to achieve those things.
President of Timor-Leste Jose Ramos Horta urged Bangladesh business firms to come up with their investment in Timor-Leste. Stressing the need for boosting economic and trade relations between the two nations, Ramos Horta said East Timor can import more from Bangladesh and invites Bangladeshi companies to come in Timor-Leste.
To expand economic trade relations, and I think we can import more, Timor-Leste import more from Bangladesh, and we invite Bangladeshi companies to come and look for Timor-Leste, because by next year we will join ASEAN and will be part of a region of 700 million people.
Earlier, the delegation of East Timor, led by President Jose Ramos Horta, held a bilateral meeting with the delegation of Bangladesh, led by Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Different issues of bilateral interests, including trade and investment, education, health and cultural, were discussed at the meeting. Earlier, they held an one-to-one meeting. Later, East Timor President signed the visitor's book. Earlier, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at his office welcomed East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta. BNP International Affairs Secretary Barrister Nasiruddin Oshim and President of Bangladesh Football Federation Tabit Awal paid a courtesy call on East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta at Hotel Sonargaon this afternoon today. During the call-on, they discussed different issues of bilateral interests. BNP leader Ishraq Hussain was present. Earlier, Foreign Advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain paid a courtesy call on East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta at Hotel Sonargaon this morning. They discussed different issues of bilateral interests. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Affairs Advisor Soida Rizwana Hassan, officials of the Foreign Ministry and representatives of the two countries were present. Besides, East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta went to the cantonment this morning. Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus welcomed him. The East Timor President was accorded Guard of Honor on behalf of the three services at Shikha Anirban. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus hosted a dinner and cultural function in honor of visiting East Timor President Jose Ramos Horta at the ballroom of Pan-Pacific Sonargaon Hotel in the capital today. East Timor's President Jose Ramos Horta was received by the Chief Advisor on his arrival at the hotel. Both of them enjoyed the cultural program. Members of the Advisory Council, delegation of Timor-Leste and invited guests were present on the occasion. The nation is set to celebrate the Victory Day tomorrow, the most precious day of the Bengalis, as the country was liberated from the Pakistani occupation forces on that day in 1971 after a 9-month-long blood-stained war of liberation. On December 16 in 1971, Bangladesh was born as an independent country at the cost of supreme sacrifice of the 3 million people and the honor of nearly 500,000 women. The programs marking the Victory Day will include a 31-gun salute, placing of wreaths at the monuments to pay homage to martyrs, hoisting of the national flags atop all government, semi-government and private offices, as well as offices of autonomous bodies across the country. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus will pay homage to the martyrs of the Liberation War by placing wreaths at the National Memorial at Savar on the outskirts of the capital with the rise of the sun on Monday. They will be followed by the family members of Bir Shreshthas, wounded freedom fighters and other valiant freedom fighters led by the Liberation War Affairs Advisor. Later, foreign diplomats, leaders of different political and social organizations and people from all walks of life will place wreaths to pay homage to the martyrs. The President will host a reception at Bongo Bhavan on Victory Day. The day is a public holiday. Important buildings and structures will be illuminated. Special prayers will be offered at mosques and other places of worship, seeking eternal peace of the souls of martyrs of the Liberation War and peace, progress and prosperity of the country.